Hello everybody, it's Theo here from Fair Gaming, bringing you another Diablo 4 video. Today we are talking about Mastercrafting 101, so let's get into it. As we jump into this, I do want to apologize a little bit in advance. I have a bit of sore throat, but I'm going to do my best here to power through this, because I want to get this video out to you guys, so let's go. What is Mastercrafting? Mastercrafting is upgrading our items, so they have to be ancestral quality items, so in World Tier 4, that we can upgrade into Masterwork 12 of 12. So Masterworking, it has 12 different tiers. We can upgrade them, and what it does is it takes the stats that are on the item and increases it by 5% every level. And every 4 levels, it will take a random affix that is on your item and improve it even more so. And then based on, so it can happen 3 times out of the 12 upgrades, and then it gives a color coordination to how many times it has been upgraded. So for instance, on this helmet, it has upgraded my maximum life once, that's why it's blue, and then for my cooldown reduction, it has upgraded it twice, which is why it is yellow. So it's the magic quality for the life, which is just 1 upgrade, the rare quality for the cooldown because it's upgraded twice, and if it had upgraded 3 times on cooldown, then it would actually be orange to show that it was a legendary upgraded affix. So we want to do this because, of course, we can do it for every piece of gear that we own, and this is going to greatly increase all of our damage, our cooldowns, everything. Like, it's just going to make us into even more of a beast. And the way we go about doing this is we come over to the blacksmith, and the MasterWorking is, of course, here. As you can see here, it has to be a fully tempered, ancestral, legendary, unique, or mythic unique item. But so it of course says here fully tempered. So tempering, of course, is also done at the blacksmith, and this is where we can add affixes, additional affixes to our items. When they are sacred on Tier 3, World Tier 3, we can only add 1, but because we need ancestral items, which is found on Tier 4, as mentioned, they can have up to 2 nodes, 2 tempers added to it. So if we look here on my gloves, at the bottom you can see that it's added critical strike damage as well as lightning spear lucky hit chance. So you would just put the item into here. I'll just throw this staff into here. Oh, it's already out of tempered. So you throw it in. This has already been tempered, so but it shows that they could also only have a weapon slot added as well as an offensive. But then another thing to note is at the very bottom of the weapon where it says tempers 1 of 6. So that means I've already tempered it 5 times. And as soon as I use that last slot, then I would be unable to roll it anymore, which is why these items are grayed out. I'm sorry, that's unique, I can't do that. So here on like this staff down here, I'm 0-6, means I've already re-rolled it 6 times, so I cannot re-temper it again. And then we cannot temper mythic uniques or uniques themselves. We're not allowed to temper those, so we can't put them in these slots, but we can mastercraft them. And then once you get into here, you can, like I mentioned, you can mastercraft it. So as you can see, it increases all affixes by 5%. So, and then this is the material cost. I'm going to cover this after we go over this section here. I just want to show. So for instance, our max life is 2620. Of course, we got a greater affix roll on the life, which is awesome. So we're just going to upgrade it, and now we have 2707 maximum life, and then you can see even our max damage went up, same with our critical strike, as well as our tempers as well. And so we're just going to go do it a couple more times just to get to rank 4 so you can see what happens. So at rank 4, like I said, it's going to pick a random affix that is on our item and improve it. So there it picked life, so now the life is even higher. So now it's up to 3,300, and as mentioned, it made it blue. So that's what it picked on the first one. And we're just going to keep going here, rank 5, 6, 7, and then when you get up to rank 8, it's going to add another one. There's a skip button if you want to skip this little mini cinematic type thing that's going on. But there it picked our critical strike damage, which is great, so we'll be able to deal even more damage. And then in the final stage here, so we're going to be able to upgrade it to rank 12. And then, of course, if you hover over it, both life and critical strike damage are blue because they've each got picked once. And so then we'll go in for the final one, and what did we win? And lightning chance. So, and then we hover over it. All three of those are blue, so they each got picked once. So, I mean, this is okay. It's not the staff we're going to use anyways. It was just for an example. But that's how the master crafting works. Is you can upgrade it like I mentioned, every 4 tiers that you upgraded, you get it rolls a random affix and gives it an even greater bonus. So where do we get the resources for master crafting? Currently, at the time of this video, there are 2 different ways. We are in Season 5, so one way that you can get it is by going to the portal activator. So this is the put, and we are in Farragar. So you would go here, and then basically this is just a dungeon, kind of like a nightmare dungeon. You run through, kill everything. You technically have 15 minutes to complete it, and you gotta summon a boss and then kill it. This is not the most efficient time at the time of Season 5. Instead, the most efficient way is through going through the Infernal Hordes from the compass here. And it is just like it summons the waves, and you kill a bunch of waves, and at the end of the waves, in the resource cache, you can, in the materials chest at the end, you can get a whole bunch of resources. For the resources, so in, I believe it is number Horde 3 and 4, we get the Obdite, the site. I probably butchered that, I apologize. So we get that in 3 and 4. We get Ingoloth in 5 and 6. And then in 7, we get the Netheron. So the other thing that is very cool for this is you can actually downgrade materials. So if we go to the Alchemist, you can actually go to the Alchemist, and then they have a transmutation where we can knock our items down. So like here we have our Ingolith, so if we downgrade the Netheron, it is going to turn into one of the Ingolith. And then if we go to the Obdite, like I said, I apologize for butchering that, we can get, again, 3. So you can downgrade them. So here in Season 5, if you're able to do an Infernal Compass rank 7, which we'll just upgrade this to rank 7 just so you can see the description here. So in rank 7, you're going to be fighting monsters at level 180, and then at the end, you have to go through 9 waves, and if you're victorious, then you probably have like 300-400 on a bad run, and all the way up to like 800 resources to purchase at the end, and then opening up the materials chest costs 20. You can get a ton of the Netheron. When I do my runs, I think I end up with like 500 Netheron per run, which then I could downgrade to be able to upgrade, like into get into Ingoloth and the Obdite. You might be wondering, at what point do I go about upgrading my gear into Mastercraft? Do I need to wait until I get a greater affix roll? Do I need to wait until I get my mythic uniques, my unique sets? And you can really just start upgrading as soon as you enter World Tier 4. The great thing about it is that if you upgrade an item and then you find a replacement, you would actually get those materials back. So like this staff here, I'm actually never going to use this because my current staff is better. So like if I destroy this here, so let's just destroy that just for science. As you can see, we get all those materials back. So that is everything that it costs us to upgrade it. The only thing we don't get back is our gold, but we get all this back. So this is the harder stuff to get. So farming the gold, we'll just have to go refarm that, but we get all back all on Netheron, our Ingoloth, and our Obdite. And so now you can also see how much it costs to get to rank 12. You need 100 Obdite, 260 Ingolith, and 550 Netheron. So that's why I said you can get all the materials back. So as soon as you get a good piece, I would just start upgrading it because it's just going to make you stronger. For the longest time, because I didn't have a lot of Ingolith, I had everything at 4 of 12 upgrades. So I had one affix that had been enchanted past its just a basic 5% buff from the master crafting. And then once I started getting the Ingoloth, I started upgrading to be 8 of 12. And then, of course, once I got the Netheron, then I was upgrading everything to 12 of 12. So then once you get everything to 12 of 12, there's also the option where you can actually mastercraft an item. So let me go to my stash. Let me just pick an item because I don't really want to mess around with anything that I have. But let's say we wanted to mastercraft this. I have to temper it. So we're going to temper this, which is we'll just put on. This is for my incinerate build that I was messing around with. So we're just going to do this. I don't really care what affixes I get on it at this point, so I'm just going to throw 2 on it for now, just for the sake of science here. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to go Mastercraft. So as you can see here, there's this button that says reset the Mastercraft rank. So we're just going to upgrade this to rank 4 just for fun. And let's say, okay, like that is horrible. I mean, obviously I shouldn't have overpower on this to begin with, because that would be the one affix I would change. But let's say it rolled the one that we don't want. We can actually go here to reset the Masterworks, and then it will reset it to rank 1 or rank 0. And then we could go through it again. Now the downside is that if we do that, we are going to lose all of the materials that we just put into it. So if I go back to my materials, all my andesite that I had just put into it, because I only had 120 or something like that, I believe, all that would be gone. I would have to go and gather more, or go and downgrade some of these items and transmute them to get more andesite, because resetting the Masterworks, just you lose it all. Destroying the item, you get it back. Resetting the Masterworks, you lose it. So that is only like on items like these, like, you know, where you don't want to destroy them because they're like the best piece of gear you have. But if they rolled horribly, you could just reset it. Like here on my pants, I have like 1 in each of those things, and it's not the greatest. So I could reset it and then try again to get a better upgrades into the Mastercraft. Because obviously there are ideals that you would like to see where 2 points go into one of the stats at least, if not all 3. And so this is a way that you can go about resetting it without having to refarm an item. So for science, just as a little bonus here, I am curious, and seeing as I'm curious, I thought I'd just share with you, what will happen if we change this affix? So we're going to go like this, and I mean, that's not great, but we'll just do that. Does it now have the... Oh, it does, okay. It does affect the maximum life. So that was just for science, a little bit of bonus as we wrap up this video. So that does bring me to the end of the video. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know below. I will do my best to answer them. As always, we appreciate you like, share, and subscribe, so please click those buttons. And until next time, I hope you are enjoying Diablo 4.